What did you find out about your child's daycare that made you see red? Last Thursday, I received a call that my daughter's daycare was on fire. By the time I got there, they were already loading my Gabriella into the ambulance, and I could see the vicious burns covering her ears and neck. She had an oxygen mask on her, and something I should have paid closer attention to was how she seemed to be the only child who got seriously hurt. Every other kid was fine, maybe some dust on them and a scratch here and there, but nothing more. I got in the ambulance with Gabriella, and during the ride to the hospital, her heart rate dropped to a quarter of what it should be. She started turning purple. We managed to arrive, and she was taken to the back immediately. The doctors left me waiting without an update for 7 hours. When they came back, they told me my Gabriella was gone, or at least the Gabriella I remembered was. The lack of oxygen to her brain had caused severe damage. She was in a coma. Her doctor said she'd likely wake up, but told me to prepare for permanent brain damage. 25% chance she comes out normal. That night while I was at her bedside, the paramedic who brought Gabriella in sat down next to me. Sir, I need to tell you something. We found your daughter in the employee bathroom at the daycare. The door was closed. She was the only child left in the entire building. My eyes went wide. His words didn't make sense at first, and then they did. Someone put Gabriella there and left her to burn. The next morning, I confronted Mrs. Hamilton, the daycare owner. She was sitting at her desk in her second location. I expected her to be equally as shocked to start investigating, but when I asked why Gabriella was in that locked bathroom, she just kept shuffling papers. Unfortunate events happen in emergencies. People panic, and you're no saint either. You're always 15 minutes late for pickup. My staff is exhausted dealing with parents like you. My jaw dropped as I asked her if she was serious. She just looked up with these cold eyes. Your daughter has always been extremely difficult. Maybe someone just needed 5 minutes of peace, and coincidentally, the fire started. 5 minutes of peace. That's what my baby's brain damage was worth to her. I was walking back to my car, shaking with rage, when another parent called out to me. Lisa, whose 4-year-old Grace was in the toddler room. She looked nervous as she approached. I heard about Gabriella. I'm so sorry, but I need to tell you something. Grace keeps having nightmares about the fire. She says she saw Mr. Victor carrying a baby into the staff bathroom right before the smoke started. She heard crying, and then the door closed. My knees buckled. Victor, the afternoon aide who always volunteered for diaper duty. That afternoon, I waited by Maria's car. She was another daycare worker, and when she saw me, she tried to turn back, but I called out to her. Maria, please. My daughter has brain damage. I need to know what happened. She looked around the empty parking lot, then her shoulders sagged in defeat. Victor takes babies into that bathroom and locks the door. We hear them crying, but can't get in. We told Mrs. Hamilton, but Victor is her nephew. She said mind our business or we'd lose our jobs. The day of the fire, when the alarm went off, Victor ran out of that bathroom alone and slammed the door behind him. I asked if all the kids were out and he said yes, but his face was white and his hands were shaking. He left your baby in there to burn because he couldn't explain why he had her locked in that bathroom. My whole world stopped at that moment. I had to rest against my car so I wouldn't collapse. That evening, I drove straight to the police station. I told the first officer I saw about the fire, how Victor left my baby locked in that bathroom to die and had been doing something to her in there. The officer's expression changed from concerned to uninterested. The second Victor's name was mentioned. So you think this Victor was inappropriate with your daughter? Do you have proof? I have testimonies. He locks babies in there for 30 minutes. He just adjusted his belt to interrupt me. That's negligence at worst. File a civil suit. He left her to burn, I shouted, capturing everyone's attention. Not without evidence, he didn't. I realized they weren't going to help. That night, I did the only thing I could think of. I called my two best friends, Kyle and Benji, who I've known all the way since juvie, and told them everything. I sent them the pictures of their goddaughter hooked to machines. We met up at a bar where we discussed everything. By 1 a.m., we were already outside Victor's rundown apartment building with everything